Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of the Jack Swarbrick Show. On today's show, we will visit with Notre Dame football captain and starting left tackle Mike Leglinci, 2016 Harvey G. Foster Award winner Joe Aschel, and the Director of Performance Sciences for the Notre Dame Athletic Department, Dr. Duncan French. But first, to get things started, here is Notre Dame Vice President and Director of Athletics Jack Swarbrick and his student-athlete co-host for this season, Notre Dame football captain and linebacker James Onwualu, and Notre Dame softball pitcher Rachel Nasland.
Thanks, Jack. We'll get to the normal stuff in a little bit here, but, I was at football practice today. James and I had sort of a normal practice. I
Pretty normal, yeah.
Stood on the sideline. Nothing bad happened to me. James worked really hard.
Pretty safe.
Looked good. But your practice, we just found out your practice had some excitement today.
It was a little exciting, not the normal.
So what happened?
In the middle of batting, we were just scrimmaging, and we see someone hop over our left field fence and start running, and we were a little confused, like, do they know that they're in the middle of a practice right now? So our coach holds up and is like, "Sir, this is a closed practice. Get off of our field." And the guy just keeps running, politely running past people like, "Sorry, excuse me, gotta go, sorry." And all of a sudden, running towards the opposite fence, towards Twickenham Road. And our coach was like, "That gate is closed," while our other coach is yelling, "The cops are coming, the cops are coming." And sure enough, you see two cop cars coming from both sides with their sirens on, headed for this kid as he hops over the fence. And guns were pulled. And so all of a sudden you hear someone on our team saying, "They've got a gun." And everyone, like, some people hit the deck, some people just start running for the dugout, a little exaggerated. We're not exactly sure why this was happening, but it's a little scary.
Did order get restored? Did you see him get apprehended?
Yeah, no, he got arrested. Yeah,
Okay.
he got searched and thrown in the back of a car. But it took them about a half an hour to wrap it up. But eventually, 10 minutes went by and our coaches were like, "I think we're good. You guys can get back out there."
Yeah.
Some girls were like, "I don't want to go to right field." That's right next to
You thought you were getting out of practice.
I was like, "Can we call practice a little bit early?"
No.
Wow. That's I'm going to be interested to read about that in the paper.
Me too.
Find out what the underlying felony is or whatever he's been charged with here.
Me too. Someone hit a home run right after that too. And one of our assistant coaches was like, "Rach, try to go get the home run ball," and like casually jog past the cop car. Be like,
Yeah, right.
"Hey, so what's going on here, guys?" Like, you should have the inside scoop. We were just affected by it.
Absolutely. Well, it's also good to know they asked you to do that because that means the home run wasn't hit off you.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was safe. I was off to the side.
How's your week of practice been?
It's been going well. Back on the grind. After a weekend, a little bit of a disappointment. Didn't get the win, but back to working hard and, focusing on the next week versus Duke. So,
What's your takeaway from the Michigan State game? What's your post-mortem?
we played hard, and, it never feels good losing a game. It never feels good when you come back and you play better ball in the second half and know that you can compete against a team like that. But we played so hard, and I'm proud of the guys that I was playing with. And, we just got to keep on getting better, and the effort's there, just continuing to shape our game. So,
yeah, I thought you were going to have what would have been the largest comeback, I believe, in the history of Notre Dame football.
Yeah, we were working on it.
We were
working on it, but
yeah, you guys are certainly resilient, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There must be no panic among the team that you guys can do that.
Yeah, and it just kind of comes down to like the sideline talk. We know we can play good ball. It's just comes down to playing consistently and making the changes we need to make on the sideline. So,
what's the focus been this week?
I think just focusing on us. We know we can play good ball. Like I said, just focusing on getting guys to do their job and executing that on game day and translating what we do in practice to the actual game. And like I said, just doing our job. So,
Spartans do anything you didn't expect?
They gave us a lot of different looks throughout the game. Usually a team will come out and give us like a 15-play script. So they'll plan, okay, we have these 15, 20 different plays that we'll kind of break down, see what the defense is trying to do. But they kind of spread those out throughout the game. They were giving us a lot of different stuff, a lot of different junk throughout the game. So adjusting to that was a little bit difficult for some guys, but nothing that we hadn't seen, nothing out of the blue. So it was just tough to get some guys to settle down. So
I was going to say they did have like just as many rushing yards as they did passing yards, right? Does that affect you guys on defense? Does that throw you a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams try to go balance. So sometimes you can see tendencies in teams where, coaches, they break down everything. So in this personnel, when they have one tight end in the game, they're going to pass more than the percentages. But a lot of teams try to fight to be balanced, and, they did a good job of, giving us a mixture of passing and rushing attack, and they did a good job of that, obviously. So,
Yeah.
Game had some weird plays. Like the punt that the ball seemed to hang around forever until it finally hit a Notre Dame player.
Exactly.
And Cole's got that interception all lined up, and it's in his hands.
Right there. I was running to celebrate with him. And, all those weird plays, sometimes the ball rolls our way and sometimes it doesn't. And, we just got to do a better job of trying to control those situations and, focus on the details that allow you to, not let those things happen. So.
Yeah. Was anything said when you guys shifted the momentum? Because you guys had a great ending to the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, our defense especially plays really well under pressure. And we just got to try to get everybody rolling when we don't have our, backs pinned to the wall and just come out and play the type of ball that we know we can play. So, yeah, I mean, we knew we had to lock down and get a couple good drives there in the end, but it was a little bit too late.
Give us a little insight into this week's challenge. The Duke Blue Devils. What do they present to you offensively?
It'll be a fun week. A very concept-oriented offense. So for me, that's nice, just because you can learn a lot from watching film and learn their personnels and like I said, learn their concepts. They're very well coached, which is always a challenge because they'll be on point right from the beginning of the game. So it'll be another week that'll be important for us to come out and start playing right from the beginning.
Historically, under Cutcliffe, they've been sort of a pass-first team. Are they still that way?
Yeah, they have some passing threats. They have a young quarterback, which sometimes means that you want to put a little pressure on him. But he's pretty calm and collected from what I've watched so far. He goes through his reads and can throw the ball. He's a pretty tall kid, pretty well-trained quarterback. So from also all the, like I said, all the studies we've done on him, it's pretty balanced offense. So good rushing attack, have some threats on the outside that we'll see. So pretty balanced team.
I feel an Onwualu sack coming this week.
One of us needs to get a sack. I'm coming for it. We've got a couple little side bets going with some of the guys on the D-line trying to get a sack out of the defense. So one will come this weekend.
All right.
I'm waiting to hear your name.
If it's going to be, I'm hoping it's me. But if not, I'll make sure one of the D-linemen get one.
You heard it here first, folks.
A sack is coming. It's coming, I promise.
Well, good luck this week. I know those were two tough losses, but as Coach has said, the whole season's in front of us.
Exactly.
Get on a roll here, and we got plenty of tough opponents left where we can establish our medal. So
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back in a minute in an action-packed show with three great guests.
Stepping onto that field, letting your teammates rushing around you, fans, the bright lights, it's incredible.
The shot from McGowan, and she scores!
And we know that there's no easy games throughout the season. Every game, it's going to be a fight.
Great footwork. Little makes the diving save.
It's like this team is a family. You're playing for something that's bigger than yourself.